Hello, and welcome to the Holly Empress. Today we're going to do an energy check-in for your person. If there's someone that you're thinking about and you want to know how they're doing, but for whatever reason you can't communicate with them in the physical, we're going to spy on them via the spiritual. I don't mean to give it this negative connotation of spying. Different people have different lines for this. But I think that the very nature of energy work prevents anything from coming to us that is not meant to come to us. So this will not give you any information that this person wouldn't want you to know. There's a built-in sort of reciprocity because I would not be able to access your person's energy if they were not open for that, to that. So we're spying, but it's consensual. It's a little consensual spying. At least in my understanding and in my conception of how this works, how this whole exercise that we're partaking in this year. If you disagree, you don't have to watch. Easy as that. Okay. The Lovers. The King of Coins. Fortitude. So your person is very focused on romance right now with the Lovers. They're trying to manifest a romantic connection and connect sort of across the intangible. You can see that their hands here don't touch. And even the lower hands, to me, they overlap, but it doesn't look like they're touching to me. So these are two people who are trying to connect with each other across the intangible. Although unable to touch physically, they want to be of one heart. Like Odysseus and Penelope, to be of one mind, of one soul, even while so far apart for so many years. Even so, working in concert, working towards the same objectives. This is what they want. If you see those lines behind the heart, to me, that reminds me of lines on a sheet music. So they might be connecting with you through music. Every song they listen to makes them think of you. Every piece of art that they make with the goal of being closer to you, of bridging that gap just a little more, just a little more. Your connection may be intangible with the hands not touching, but the heart tells me that the love that is there is real. The apples in the background, to me, symbolize materiality, the material world. And you can see that they are very de-emphasized in this card. And neither figure seems at all to care or to look at these apples. So your person might be very unfocused on their material reality right now, to the point of escapism. The material reality feels very boring, drudgery, the same day after day after day, and it's tasteless. It's not that juicy, delicious apple that you want to bite into. Instead, it's cold, it's unappealing. So yeah, they're disconnecting from their materiality in favor of connecting to someone they love through the intangible. We have the King of Coins here. I love this King of Coins. I get him so much. So this is someone who is at the top of their game, right? In the material sense, they've manifested a kingdom for themselves, but ironically, that very kingdom, that crown, is what keeps them trapped. It is a pretty crown made of gold, made of flowers, that gives them love and accolades and praise and money. But nonetheless, it traps them and they resent that. They want to jump free. But at the same time, they worked very hard to be what they are today. And they don't want to leave it all behind. Instead, they want to wait for whatever it is, for whomever it is, to come into their life so that they can welcome them into the circle of the crown. They don't want to have to leave behind all their material gains in favor of this connection. They're playing a waiting game right now. But just because they're waiting, it doesn't make their longing any less intense. If you look at this bunny's face, it's a quite intense face, especially for a bunny. So this is not a patience born of apathy, it's just a patience born of necessity. They might not be making any big moves right now, and instead just waiting for the chess pieces to be where they need to be before they really go for it. But yeah, materially they're doing very well in terms of a check-in. Materially, they've got all their need, all their bodily needs are being met. Their emotional needs, not so much, but they're enduring. Which brings us to the next card, which is Fortitude or Strength. It's not easy to be so detached from their boring material reality. It requires a lot of inner strength to keep believing in something when the signs aren't there in front of you. They're having to control their inner impulses. They might be in a environment that's quite restrictive. This idea of restriction came up in the King of Coins and also in this Fortitude card. So they might be in an environment where they're not free to do whatever they want for whatever reason. Maybe because of their parents, their culture, the institutions in their lives are just making it so they can't let the inner lion inside of them just run wild. They're having to rely on themselves a lot. They don't feel like they have a lot of support around them, or they don't have access to that support. They're having to nurture their own emotions and their own certainty, all while not really being able to show that on the outside. They're having to keep what they truly want sort of hidden from view, and instead just hold on just a little bit longer. So just to recap, your person is in a material environment that doesn't hold a lot of appeal for them. So instead, they are seeking stimulation and comfort through connecting in a more esoteric and intangible sort of way to those that they love. Their material environment, despite being uninteresting, does supply them with all they need to meet their physical needs, though it also keeps them trapped. And while they want to break free from this trap, they know that now is not the time, and they just have to be patient and just endure, just be strong for a little bit longer until the time comes to make a move. They're holding down their impulsivity, and it takes strength, but they're practiced at it, so it's not too hard on them. That's it for today's video. Like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.